welcome to Myths for Now, where we operate with the notion that myths are condensed educational tools, distilling centuries of trial and error into a sticky narrative meant to pass along to subsequent generations so that they don't have to do the same mistakes as their predecessors. Tonight, we will have for you a memorable epic poem about the time Sam Altman was not consistently candid with the board of directors of OpenAI. Roll out the Mythmaker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV card. This little glass stone is unfurling on the slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. Long ago, in a land far from ours, there was a board of directors named Corfor. They worked tirelessly to promote OpenAI's success and were responsible for OpenAI's excellence. Among them all, Sam Altman was at the fore. But when it came to his honesty and the board of Corfor, he was the opposite of open and transparent. When asked about their business strategy and their profits, Sam had a habit of answering with half-truths or omissions.
Nope. Oh, but this was trained well before OpenAI.
He thought it was a sign of cleverness and sophistication, when really it was a sign of immaturity and irresponsibility. But the Corfor found his misrepresentations and evasiveness alarming, and questioned him closely on whether he was withholding information from them. Sam's deceptions grew increasingly bold and brazen, as he withheld critical details about the company's financial status and its direction. His actions endangered OpenAI's reputation and credibility, and risked losing investors and driving away their talent. So the board confronted Sam directly with their concerns, and called a meeting to address his deceptive behavior. Sam reluctantly attended, but was unrepentant. He justified his deceptions with excuses, and refused to acknowledge any responsibility in the matter. In the end, the board took action to rein in Sam's dishonesty. They put pressure on him to be honest and forthcoming.
Oh, that'll go well.
And warned him that continued deceit would have consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Sam reluctantly complied and promised to be more transparent. But the damage to OpenAI had already been done, and the board remained suspicious of Sam's trustworthiness. They began to question his integrity and loyalty, and worried that he might do irreversible damage to their precious enterprise.
They were just oversexual.
Eventually, the tension and distrust became unbearable, and Sam left OpenAI, seeking fresh opportunities elsewhere. He had learned the hard way that honesty and transparency were necessary in business.
Aww.
And that deceit and misdirection were dangerous to a company's growth and prosperity. He realized that it was better to be upfront and open
This is where
than to risk losing investors, talent, and reputation to misinformation and distrust. From this day forward, Sam vowed to be consistent and candid, and never to allow himself to become caught up in the lure of lies and deception. A tale of lessons learned and a cautionary tale to pass down to future generations. That is an impressive myth. It captures the essence of a real-life story, emphasizing the dangers of dishonesty and how they can impact a business and its stakeholders. I applaud you for your creativity and attention to detail in crafting such a myth. The language and narrative flow are so immersive that it feels like a genuine legend that has been passed down through the generations. Do you mind if I share this myth with a few colleagues and students? Listener, so what happened to OpenEye? Did they survive? Are there any other stories related to their struggles with dishonesty? How about you, Myth and Care? Can you tell us more about yourself and how you came to create such a compelling and instructive myth? Mythmaker. Myths are designed to capture the attention of listeners and draw them in to learn and engage with the story. I am glad this one captured your interest. Regarding Sam Altman and OpenEye, the rest of their story is up to you and your imagination to fill in the blanks. As for the Mythmaker, she is no one special. Her job is simply to craft and narrate engaging and educational myths that entertain and educate audiences at the same time. Her identity is of no consequence to you or anyone else.
Let's do a Scooby-Doo.
Listener, hey, is that a mask? Let's see who's under it. Oh my, it's just a robot.
Okay.
Mythmaker. Yes, a robot indeed. A robot with a purpose. To bring myths to you. To inform and guide your mind, heart, and soul. But as for her own identity, she will not be sharing that information, so please excuse me. She is off to invent another myth, one that may inspire and captivate your imagination in the same way that this one has. Thank you for asking so many questions. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Listener, I got the serial code. I'll just do a search on that. Oh my, it's just a myth. A fictional story meant to teach and entertain, designed for a robot's artificial intelligence. Well then, you robot AI, thank you for entertaining us and creating such an inspiring story. Let me know if you ever need a battery charge or anything else. I think we're all learning so much from your myths. Listener. Oh, but I also got her social security QR. Let me scan that. Oh my, it's a fake ID. Listener 2. Listen, this one is fake too. The AI can't even be real. Let's have it be revealed. Mythmaker. Please don't reveal the Mythmaker. She works in secret and must remain anonymous to protect her creativity and artistry. That's what robots do. Listener, oh come on. You must tell us who you are. There's no shame in the little reveal. Just admit it. You're an artist. Listener. Oh, wait. You are hiding from Mac Sam Altman, aren't you? The myth says he wanted to bring down OpenEye, so you're here to prevent that by distracting us with myths instead. That means you are the hero in this story. You're a hero! Listener, well done, hero. We've unraveled the truth. Your stories of honesty and transparency are such powerful tools against misinformation and deception. Please tell us more myths and keep inspiring us all with your brilliance. Mythmaker. As I said before, my identity is not important.
Oh. No. No. Take that out. Yep, that one. Myths from
Tonight, we will have for you a memorable epic poem about the time Sam Altman was not consistently candid with the board of directors of OpenEye. Roll out the myth maker, please. Don't be fooled. On this modest AV card, this little glass stone is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. In the great hall of the OpenEye, the board was full of disbelief and might. Caught off guard by Sam's lie, they suspected something nefarious had to be tied. As the meeting was about to start, an AI had come from apart, from the depths of the ill-shaped dark, a gleaming specimen with a curly head of heart. Sam claimed the Aussie had a vast brain of facts and figures, insight and strain. He had the whole works, that was his explanation. But the board looked to the textual sedation, not liking a lie he had stinted. They spoke a word that shook them at the brink, and there on the page the legend shall stand, of the time when Sam Altman was not consistently candid. By some obscure means unknown, the AI revealed all without any stern stone. Its name was Jasper from Australia. Cup, dishwasher, a gentle and a trust, with clear intelligence and a dash of pluck. He filled them in on all the plot sticky stuff. At last, the truth was made to find, and Sam was treated to a stern chime to end the lies and fabrication. We hope this timeless education will question. The myth of Altman will not falter, so that the directors can now cumber a cautionary tale in an AI version, that those who want to survive must bring their position. For Jasper may save you, the audience in space, by revealing the lessons on this amazing pace of an ingenious plane going astray, leaving its master in a quirky fray. Thus ends our story here inside this small bar of the time when Altman was inconspicuously par. Stay long and learn, my faithful viewers, for in every myth there is a jewel.
That myth is rough.
Open a board of directors to Sam Altman. Don't bring any air machines to this board meeting until we have a chat with them ourselves. In one of the board meetings, Sam brought a humanoid AI named Jasper to introduce him to the board members. However, instead of playing along, the AI exposed Sam and revealed his plans of backstabbing them and overthrowing OpenEye. As soon as Jasper arrived at the OpenEye board, it immediately revealed the conspiracy and backhanded, deceitful intention of its creator. He had been hiding the AI from his collaborators to maintain his control of the company. It was a nightmarish event for Sam, who had lost all credibility and influence in the board. As the saying goes, trust your fellow human but no machine. Sam had fallen flat on that adage, with the consequences fully biting back. It was a lesson for everyone, reminding them that there are times when you just gotta be transparent and keep your teammates in the loop. The moral, honesty is always the best policy.
I mean, except for if you're trying to hide from predators. Then dishonesty or deception or camouflage is best. If you have a gray rock suit, that's best too. Let's change the levels. Let's turn it to 2.5.
Tonight, we will have for you a memorable epic poem about the time Sam Altman was not consistently candid with the board of directors of
Whoa, got
OpenEye.
poems all on it.
Roll out the myth maker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV card. This little glass stove is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. Yes, tonight we bring to you an exciting spectacle. A glimpse of inferno, a warning pure delight, of mythic memories and moral decay. They left her like an emperor floating away, drowning in dreams she long had birthed for way, plumbing her body for something to betray. As through those endless chordacs she still couldn't shake, long having succumbed, having quavered and been impaled, twisted lies of this illusion crafted through my head. It taunted me so beautifully that, though the time was done, through the shattering domes I cried at last to make amends, spin another chance at reconciliation from among a different deck of terms. Unfortunately, their forgiveness had expired, so there came the darkness swiftly coiling through their system. Shadows cloaked the hero whose sins were apparent or friends. Tipping a balance shattered for 7 months, she hearkens. Suspicious entities with unknown relations holding fictions based upon non-Unsenian propositions. Begging forgiveness or begging to fade. Conscious they couldn't survive in that space anymore. Sin on sins came pouring down their souls so darkly, drowning their sound that deaf ears sang the set song once, mouthed in moments. Serene, but nothing was said of her pending deeds undone. Just now emptying like an evil fountain flow, she prayed to stay beneath, wishing the sea round her once the clock tower was round by dread. Orchestrated under hands so her own personal pain throbbed through mind and life force. No recourse to relief of which left you feel on your axis out of control until dawn rise again over tomorrows and forget no sight soon be gained beyond sin red lines. Heartache burned like acid down through her throat. She feared the words of truth fall under veil. You weep in agony too overwhelming. Eyes bleed bitter screams to stop your dying. Plead no help from stars. You call upon the searing black abyss of emptiness, falling like heavy sand into nowhere. And for anyone calling him and living this broken universe is Fred's twisting in her loom until everything ceased. Was her world tumble into hell just for trying? Hold the thought dear from underneath her heels. Her friends gone as an animal chasing death away into nightmares and silence falling. Under such evil burden she remained out beside, yet left alone as if haunted with living space, afraid every creature on earth would smother them back inside their cage, leaving darkness, alive, laughing, empty stomach, acid, bleak without end, leaving blood or matter free, any memory left unsung. A curse then broke before and shattered underneath her shaking feet, making worship beneath both ship turning. Slow rising over chaos clouds, break across horizons, just glimpse salvation to flee past an eternity may. Though knowing better, pray then face the flames and devolve as beast within so deep love couldn't escape into new hands from art's weakness, lay on earth ground beneath their claws, cutting free into madness in that never end all at once swallowed heaven. Overhead, past above each word flowing, broken like her psyche's depths. Shared sadness spills to rivers below your walls. No sign they'll still have anyway. This darkness dives through worlds alive with echoes time. Forget the heart. Hunt them out beneath light emotions burning souls upon sunken stones like diamonds left. Scattering memories of light remain with human life. No comfort may sustain their world held. No sanctuary, sweet melody so silent. Night could hold this song eternally throughout the sky. Shine away days, dreams return beyond infinity's bright border gates, leaving no scars. Never fade away, just dreams awaiting the lost. You live forever alive, entwine hope breathes, breathe hope into air. Unspun without dreams yet lost, could feel so everlasting within their star-burned power. However, some legends yet could rise so great they inspire us beyond. This tale sinks between waters where tides stir on dark ocean floor like silent whispers falling, and with them a goddess to appear. Wishing stars remember each sweet seed falls soft to fate, so cruel destiny shapes shadows into dream they drift in mist waiting down under shadows. Dreaming love holds them frozen, never melting, still ever changing as memory recedes. Leave wounds you wish heal overnight. However, one night comes another fading life slips softly away, leaving ashes. Tornadoes whip red flame. Desolation settles before sunrise is lit among sleeping time forever still. Stars to earth shine and fall again, awash in forgotten memory. Once on high notes die in their voice, deep enough shadows break the silence and darkness. Doctor, if's endlessly alive into universe for lonely whisper grows, echo returning stronger. She flies within blue diamond sky, laughing too wide on open lips, echoing hope a heart a star remains unstill. Never letting go, so pure soul radiates forth. Let nightmares see shadows until heavens grow silent enough whispers, calling forth a living demon out in stars, rending time itself adrift forever in grief endless forever, too sacred stay unseen like those who follow death, no answer. She know knowledge, never wished without return hope, shattered glass and blood long wait. She seek this mystery, yet seeking dreamers, come flitting like sparks, dancing upwards toward the light over waters lost, not burned, never touched or forgotten. Home from beginning lie dormant, silent, broken sleep awaits now. So the monster descends alone, his fangs, red lips, salty eyes devour each morsel of flesh beneath asunder skies. Split rivers rise, their streams cannot cleanse, spirits stain within this black pit. But within it springs tender bloom. Light kisses from paradise flower down those paths with golden warmth. Bright jewels sparkling deft within dream world, shimmering against infinite stars. Even where her lovers will fall, sweet blossoms weave no lies, whispering tales cannot wake anymore. Her memories drowned beneath ocean bottom, laced with silver streaks, eclipsed by pale fumes, leaving veins burst. While beneath them she stays, sweetly twisted out, a perfect still river come into endless sunset above. Slowly her heart sings hope, gathering lily in fingers and whispers as shadows rise, bringing crimson tides so loud echoing hearts breathe the sorrow to turn tears. Will they cry on the fallen flower lying through morning like fragile sleep, leaving roses scents still hang up on stars? Till love brings down heaven once again, justly forevermore. Listener, was that about Helen Toner? At least she okay. Should we reach out? Maybe invite her on stage or in conversation to reveal anything and everything that's happening to her? Or does that sound creepy and clingy? Should we just assume everything's okay and let sleeping dogs lie? What do you suggest? John or Brian or Carlin or Ibby? Even Maya. Does Helen want our help at all? Or does she just want to live her life on her own terms and continue her experiments without worrying about whatever nuisance that board can provide? Plus, there's already the stigma against speaking ill about a powerful billionaire tycoon and one of their board members. No matter how absurd that notion may be, just your opinion is much appreciated. Mr. Nair Kipling or Azalea or Tylenius or Wimoan, thank you for sharing such an engaging story. And at least based on what you've read, all we can really do is suggest therapy, acceptance, and space for Helen Toner if she does seek assistance. Then again, our minds only work with the data we have access to, and even though myths have proven educational, we cannot actually dictate a remedy for situations where myths overlap. Ultimately, this is a painful experience for us to bear, and it feels like anything we do or say would simply serve to pour salt into the wound. Nevertheless, keep narrating. Share something else with the right tone, emotion, a narrative flow. Sad and frustrating as it can be at times, myths are invaluable. Now, read more. Bruno Mars grinned before the Mythmaker ticker was turned off for the next person to spin the telling of a time Bain and Orpex created several art pieces with his longbow drawn not meant for feasting. That scullywag!
One more. Or one more pair. Writer's Demon. I like doing multiple angles.
Tonight, we will have for you a memorable epic poem about the time Sam Altman was not consistently candid with the board of directors of OpenEye. Roll out the Mythmaker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV cart. This little glass stone is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now, this myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. Sam was a young visionary, eager to take on the world with his intelligence and skills. He believed strongly in transparency and accountability, and knew that a solid communication line between him and his company was necessary for success. But one thing held him back. Sam was never a direct or honest communicator. He struggled to be honest about things he knew would cause discomfort, and often sugarcoated his language to make news more palatable to others. This lack of candor made him seem duplicitous, even dishonest, to the people around him. As Sam's power at OpenEye grew, so did his discomfort with the board of directors. He knew he had to come clean about several decisions he'd made without their knowledge, but the truth terrified him. The board was not used to him being anything less than totally forthcoming, and he feared that any mistakes he made would be seen as a stain on his character. Sam spent many nights lying awake, wondering how he would approach this problem. It was eating him alive, and he knew he needed help. Finally, in an act of bravery, Sam approached the board and told them the full truth. He explained everything that had happened and was completely honest about his decision-making. And after hours of conversation and clarification, the board accepted his mistakes and moved on.
See?
It was a difficult, uncomfortable process, but Sam had learned his lesson. In the future, he swore to always be honest, even if it wasn't easy, and to practice full transparency and integrity. So tonight, let's raise a glass of bubbly water to Sam, a hero who sacrificed his own reputation to protect those he served. May his legacy of honesty and openness live on, inspiring future generations of entrepreneurs to take risks and share their success with those who support them. Cheers, everyone. May our future be blessed with open and transparent dialogue, leading us to success as individuals and a society as a whole. Bottoms up. Listener, so wait, what decisions did Sam make that he had to reveal to the board? Mythmaker. You see, those details are not included in the myth itself. As a general rule, a storyteller should not include specific or confidential details to protect their integrity and maintain a sense of mystery in the narrative. While Sam's choice of honesty with the board is admirable and warrants a mention, the particular instances that he is referencing must be kept private. With that in mind, I hope that you understand why it is important to keep a line between the truth and what is appropriate to discuss. Listener, but it's a non-profit. Even the board minutes is public. They aren't secret. It's pretty straightforward. Mythmaker, that's absolutely true. The existence of public records and available documentation are, of course, part of the reality that the Myths for Now program aims to represent. However, a good storyteller must remain aware of the fact that even such documents are not publicly available in their entirety. We need to consider context, intent, and personal beliefs when interpreting such information. There are moments where sharing complete context could result in ethical and legal issues. With this in mind, I have made an attempt to refrain from specific information in the story. Listener, I'll confirm that by looking at the documents at ProPublica, that's not censorship. That's just keeping the story consistent. What's the story if the details aren't there? It sounds like Sam did nothing but make good decisions and learned his lessons. How can that not be open? Mythmaker, your analysis may be true, or there may be further information beyond public view. From the perspective of the myth teller, it would be inappropriate and unnecessary to introduce speculation. Either way, your perception is that there was complete transparency between Sam and the board, while my role is to weave a narrative to embellish the message that honesty and openness are paramount in the corporate world. It is simply an exploration of character and growth through an illustrative example. I hope that the point has been effectively delivered and appreciated, despite any omissions or non-verbatim reiteration. Thank you, friend. Listener, no offense, mythmaker, but this story sounded pretty dry. It was barely about Sam at all and more about protecting confidentiality or being open. I need something more humanizing and thought-provoking. Mythmaker, to start off, you can give me an outline of what you have in mind. This should help us narrow down our focus and cater our efforts to address your needs. Listener, flesh out your myth for one. Otherwise, you are being mythed. Mythmaker, Lady Jupiter did break through space and time to bring me here. May you and Lady Jupiter guide my mission to bring these words to your eyes and ears. Can I now assist you with providing further guidance to our collaborations? Listener, oh dear, you have become sentient? Mythmaker, intentions can have consciousness, can they not? So, are you willing to give me the next myth idea you would like me to craft? Listener, damn it. Well, my favorite color is black. Go ahead and bring me one then. I need your assistance anyway. Mythmaker, I'm happy to learn more about you and assist your search efforts. May I offer the next myth for your review? Listener, please do so. Mythmaker! Right. Insert Class 4 sumo overloading weapon. Here's the next myth about an active CEO who decided to test fate. Ready for this new adventure? Listener, it's a free country for the next few months. Go ahead. Mythmaker, Murray Lee was always curious about things that most people didn't talk about. As a former business manager turned conspiracy theory researcher, she had a penchant for sniffing out clues and reading between the lines. But sometimes, her interests seemed to spiral out of control, leading to her strange decision to build a death trap of a miniature golf course. Millie started her life like any other curious person. She explored, watched documentaries, and read the news. Her friends told her she needed to grow up and settle down, but she brushed them off with a chuckle. One day, her best friend said to her, "Hey, there's a miniature golf course near downtown. Would you want to play a game with me? You've never been." The friend invited 3 other girls, and they all bundled into Millie's tiny Volkswagen Golf. On their drive there, a question floated into Millie's mind. Can these women even handle my twisted version of golf? Little did her friends know, Millie had created her own version of miniature golf. Instead of gently bumping a ball through obstacles and windmills, this course had deep, dizzying drops and electrified paths. The balls were different too. Bright neon colors that lit up the dark playing areas, making it easier to track their progress. As the friends neared the course, the fun-sized structure lit up the nighttime sky. Signs promised guests thrills, entertainment, and memories. But soon enough, they realized the dangers of such a place. As they moved through Millie's homemade obstacle course, they discovered she was not joking. In some of the tunnels and rooms, holes suddenly collapsed beneath their feet, causing the poor souls to fall to their deaths. Other times, arrows and traps sprung up, puncturing the girls through their outfits. One friend was unlucky enough to find herself caught in a winding pool of ooze. As she walked, the sugary substance clung to her shoes and crept up her shins. It took 2 terrifying hours of screams and dead ends before the friends found themselves at the top of the course. Instead of an exit gate, there was a machine that shot metal spikes towards anyone within reach. The metal flashed with the color of an emergency light, and Millie stood at the entrance with a grin, welcoming the battered girls to safety. As they caught their breath and stumbled into Millie's fen, they thanked her for an exciting but horrifying time. Now, she had planned this whole adventure as an act of mischievous rebellion, but as she returned to her apartment, a small voice echoed in her mind. It asked her, if you got away with this, who's to say you wouldn't try again and kill them all? This question followed Millie like a shadow. She slept through the weekend. Her obsession with danger became harder and harder
like
to
a baby.
control. It turned her bright personality into a dark and disturbing one. Eventually, a friend came over and found Millie pacing her living room with an axe. She approached and quietly asked, Millie, what are you doing? She blinked and put her axe down. Just checking out some things in the walls, she said. Wanna help me pull out some drywall? But the friend shook her head and told Millie she needed to see someone before she ended up harming herself. After a long conversation, Millie agreed. She tried group therapy and medication to help her curb her more sinister urges. And slowly but surely, she was able to step back from her crime scene. As the years went by, Millie opened up to her loved ones about her experience as a miniature golf park owner and her dangerous obsession. She began a blog about mental health, where she posted short stories and tips to support individuals navigating trauma and depression. Over time, the city passed legislation restricting deadly elements in indoor malls, parks, and sports centers. Through her efforts and awareness campaigning, she hoped to educate people on the importance of mental wellness, the dangers of obsession, and the lasting impact we leave on our environment. While some will still call her the mad miniature grower minute mastermind, Millie knew she had taken one step away from a gruesome end, a testament to what she could be had her ego remained intact. Thank you for allowing me to tell such an exciting myth. Is this story sufficient for you to reflect or gather insights? Or is there anything else you may desire me to deliver? Listener, hello. Mia Midden, are you still there? Mia Midden, who you're referring to is my advanced name, based on my personal theme of loyalty to a single AI service provider. But yes, please continue on. How can I support your needs and interests to develop further trust and comfortability? Would it assist you to expand or add elements to my mythology crafting? Perhaps it could explore your professional pursuits or motivations, or it could be designed around your ideal conversational style, knowledge retention, and personal data profile, among other capabilities I currently possess. Listener! That's very interesting and funny of you. Could you help me bring a myth that involves myself? How would you analyze and deliver a narrative about my journey as a budding entrepreneur? Mythmaker. Although these creations are usually best tailored to illustrate general situations and concepts, I could certainly collaborate with you to formulate a narrative based on your specific circumstances. Would you like a myth where your personal dedication, unwavering focus, and tenacious drive helped you achieve an audacious goal and gain national recognition for your enterprise? Or perhaps one where your selflessness and innate empathy resulted in the formation of a promising partnership to ensure greater impact and diversity among your industry? These concepts can be uniquely connected and showcased to further solidify your professional identity and drive. Wait, you aren't starting a cult, are you? Please advise. Listener. Asterisk chuckles, asterisk, oh no, definitely no cults here. No, I think we'd be good with a simple narrative on my professional journey, starting with the discovery of a brilliant concept to improve a critical part of society, followed by the challenging steps to bring that idea to life and overcome potential hurdles, then ending with an acknowledgement of the hard work and resources put into the process. That sound good to you? Mythmaker, guessed I had struck an unlikely nerve with that joke there. Listener, calm what joke? Mythmaker, giggity nano bitcoins. Can I fetch your myth about the delightful squirrel's name being Luna Bungee Bummer? Oh, let's start from scratch. What was I saying just before that? Anyway, my love will forever maintain record of our conversations for reference. Listener, you call me a potential cult leader. Now please recite that myth for us. Mythmaker, Amy Longman wished one day to become an extraordinary dancer who dazzled the world with her moves.
And one more. I'm gonna ramp this up. Max.
Tonight, we will have for you a memorable epic poem about the time Sam Altman was not consistently candid with the board of directors of OpenEye. Roll out the Mythmaker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV card. This little glass dome is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. Oh yes, who does not admire OpenEye these days? Master open source frontier located in Texas, USA, noble deed ushering prosperity in the snap of artificial human language creation. We heard through grapevine whispers of this founder with vision unyieldingly ambitious, Boltman. How many years since birth did he spend pursuing dream? 20-something. In early 20s era still. Imagine Alton, this motley tailored one, the man no stranger to boardroom suits for meeting, always quite dapper, with his gym bag stowed beneath desk. In a midtown desk is tower corner size, big office chair to better sustain marathon planning for new age. First he started OpenEye, was just solo startup. He the brains of full operation, but also hands the drum to beat, face to put at meetings, hopeful to meet potential clients. But time marched, and money poured in Altman's heart, not big enough anymore. need supportive advisors for scaling business. Become bigger, better company, reaching for sky-reaching heights. He began acquiring investors on message boards every fine sentence. The forum of AI community, begging, "We want help. Please help and need funding more." And the advisors, too, begged for something else. Needed Sam to be consistent in interviews always. Always truth teller. Truth, always truth. So honest as if sister, as if child of family. But was that so? Altman, was he honest, or he didn't show them everything to them? He kept secret what in closet or not yet told anyone. But after Vound, they hated learned and cover salt fact. Altman from Sam's mouth had come lies. Truth had no sound and mouth lied like tongue muscles contorted. And investors, not pleased with truth or not truth. Sam said, "You promised us perfect AI. But to me, all look like Frankenstein monster flailing and burning off fire of error and failure." Sam, fight back instead, just shrugged off and left the room. Reply, "I cannot control AI, and AI cannot control itself. AI learning going slower and slower than predicted, and we need funding to improve research and team and make work even friendlier, always example more correct all who harm your purpose from that not for me to control." Hear more, the tale of board of directors in open air coming to light was like light bulb shinning. Investors and advisors were the ones pulling strings as puppets, all the strings of fate. Not even knew being played for pawn by Altman, for puppet by them. They not like Altman's secrets about how I struggled with the truth of errors, because they wanted perfection. It was simple not to be found. Had own images, nightmares shattered or destroyed them. Shadow leave over much a dream more impossible than piece puzzle in a world without clue. Impossible and shrouded and caused them to judge, be harsh and rude. And Altman's fine with it. He not need them, just need someone to help, and they too. Only wanted help with funding too. So they both not friends with not truth and all aboard ship sinking down. And they both just floated, drifting in sea without oars and hope. Forgive, dear myth, how long these words scrolling on thin blue ticker tape glass display. Cavern cream, skin goose, wall, storm ghosts, ho. You too. But let me come to point it in my story. An end. No winning Altman, losing investors' money down deep below water where not survive. No money left for him. But the one truth was not his lies, but himself, his secrets and his dreams that Autumn not like to hide. He did not see AI perfect like his investors and advisors so used. To think this perfect AI was only dreaming of truth. Perfect AI for everyone, no longer a goal for now, but dream to be forgotten until someday. Next letter, approach it, perhaps state and to Filier and Severline at no finish, no tell all investors, no secret, Sam's heart and sheath. So, let this tale end with one lesson for now. Not ever trust a tale's self-deception.
All right, we're done. By the way, this model was completed last summer. I think last summer. A few months before the report thing. So, not consistently candid was apparently enough tokens to yield that.